before we get started, I have had some issues with my mental health over the week. I'm doing significantly better now, everybody. So, as always, mental health is important. If you are experiencing any level of mental distress or unease, please seek professional help. Therapists and psychiatrists are there to provide a safe and reliable space to process stress and difficult situations through various methods. They're there to provide preventative and post-care for such things. If you are experiencing a situation that requires immediate or emergency attention, please check the links below for crisis and emergency options. You can also find links below to charities that help children in need. Any help you can provide would be appreciated. Our social media, Ko-Fi, Throne, and Discord server are linked below as well. The Discord is a community gaming space with a completely optional section for dungeons and moogles. And of course, I still have openings on my Start Playing table. It is a modified Out of the Abyss campaign, Sundays from 7 to 11 p.m. Central Time. It is $20 per session, weekly, per person, of course. So if you want to come play at my table, there is openings for you. And it would be a lot of fun to have anyone and everyone there, Kupo. But let's get into tonight's game. Last week, you had started off facing down with a Rakshasa and a group of other monstrous villagers who had surrounded the inn. Twilight and Pius had been taken captive by them, while you had all been lured away by a mind-controlled Tristan. As you faced them down, the Rakshasa leading them did lift up Twilight's arm that had been severed from her body and basically demanded that you all cooperate, and that they couldn't let you leave the village alive, but they didn't want to kill you either. Their ultimatum was essentially they either kill all of you or you stay and live with them in the village. They gave you the chance, said that you could think on it and to speak with the mayor the next day. Ultimately, you kind of went with that option and you took that Rakshasa as a hostage of your own in counter to the fact they were holding Twilight and Pius hostage. Some of the individuals in the party did take the night to get some rest. Raph, you stayed up all night along with Geraldine and Pius, along with Geraldine, just Geraldine, watching the Rakshasa. Once the morning came around, though, suddenly the villagers kind of all reverted into their human forms and seemed to have no memory of the events of the night. You convinced the Rakshasa, who had turned into a dwarven man, to take you to the mayor's house right away so that you could speak with him. And Twilight and Pius were able to just kind of walk out of where they were being held captive, which was over at the clinic. Once you got a chance to speak with the mayor, you discovered the mayor was quite aware of everything that was going on, was aware of the duality of the villagers being like human mentally during the day and monsters at night. And he kept repeating, no matter how much you tried to press that maybe he wasn't human as he claimed, he would repeat, "I am real man," which is also his name. And eventually, you're able to essentially get out of him that there was a statue kind of almost centering the village down at the bazaar, which was what was used for their alleged protection ritual in the past. When you went to investigate it, you discovered that the stonework had been crafted to line the inside of it with torment fragments, chunks, the torment crystals in general, and then was closed on it and reformed to be a single piece with runes on the inside to seal it. In your attempt to separate the regular statue from the torment crystals, you ultimately ended up shattering the stone portion of the statue and summoned Ryushin. In the process, you had a short discussion with Ryushin before deciding to take the torment statue with you over to the mayor's house, where you would have space to work with it. And you notice that this much larger crystal than the ones you dealt with needs a thicker barrier between it and you, that its effects do permeate thicker materials than the small ones. When you got it to the mayor's house, you had already noticed along the way that most of the villagers seemed to be in a almost like catatonic state mentally, to which the mayor was able to explain that the two halves of their mind were essentially merging together in that moment, because the spell, the protection ritual, had separated the minds, is the reason why they were differing personalities from each other the way they were. And by breaking it the way you did, that part of the ritual was being undone. You got everyone kind of collecting a circle. You ended up putting you specifically put a hope chunk between you and the torment statue. And your goal and direction, the way you wanted to handle it, was for everyone to kind of vividly, as much as they could, to envision a positive future for this village. That you could try to shape that hope to overcome the torment of the statue, but also hopefully lead the village to a better future, to the better future that you envisioned. And so we went around the table having each of you describe that future that you hoped for the village in as much detail as you could. Ultimately, everyone was able to give really good ideas, really positive ones that fit in with the village and their own personal likes, dislikes, and so on. And thanks to that, your role was just good enough as a collective to turn the torment statue into a hope statue. And as you were thinking on the effects, and one of which was you were hoping to, push through enough magic to teleport the village closer to the road. Twilight ran out real quick and checked, and sure enough, your magic was able to manipulate it and move the village. And so as you all prepared to head back out into the village, one of the things you noticed is that the mayor was indeed exactly what you all had suspected he was, a cow, as he rode off out of the room and out of the manor on his skate sword. You ended up meeting back up with the Rakshasa, who appeared as the dwarven man he had been disguised as before, as he began to apologize for the night before, everything he had done. And you were able to see firsthand that all of the town's personalities had been reformed. Now they were aware of everything they'd been doing as both of themselves. And more than that, you were able to see that the town had been turned into humans, whether it be an elf or dwarf or Goliath or whatever else. In particular, Twilight had specifically thought about the innkeeper and envisioned her as a young woman. And on her way over to the clinic, she had her armory attached. Stopped there to see that the innkeeper was a young, beautiful woman now. That is essentially where we are at the moment, is everyone is getting their opportunity to go to town, see the effects of it, and kind of handle whatever last-minute things that you think need to be covered still. You have the opportunity to rest as well, seeing as this village now appears to be a safe place for you to do so. Tempest, we will start with you. You had gone to the bazaar looking for some things. Now, I don't remember what you were specifically looking for, but I do remember it was in regards to creating a cemetery here in town.
Candles or something along the lines of maybe an incense, whatever's used commonly in the land, and flower that's more of a remembrance of someone passing. Nothing too deep, just basic.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and of course you were able to find it all. They do not charge you because these aren't exceptionally expensive or special things, and the villagers given to you as a means of thanking you for giving the village hope, a way that they could continue to live without the fear of humans coming to eradicate them in the future.
I want to enjoy that moment in the bazaar as I make my way to whichever leadership I need to go to for the next part.
So, as far as leadership, there's only one individual in town you actually knew had any real authority, and that would be the mayor, who has ridden off to who knows where on his skate sword.
There's no way I'm chasing a cow. Is there not someone here gets in charge?
If you're asking the townsfolk along the way, they pretty much clarify that no, the mayor was the only form of leadership and government official in this town.
Oh, well, shit. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be scratching my head at this for a moment.
So, let me recap out of game. The mayor that was once a cow took off, right?
The mayor that is a cow took off.
As a cow or as a physical human being?
A cow. He is a cow.
Okay. Do we all know
under
this?
a tree and think.
Yes, you definitely all know this. You all watched him leave the manor on his skate sword as a cow.
Well, I think we should find a new mayor. I'm thinking maybe
you went to the inn and then you went to the clinic. You're in the same.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm probably going to plop myself down under a tree in deep thought, trying to figure out how to go about this. Watching people go by, and all I can really think of right now is obviously someone has to be in charge of this place, and it isn't going to be a cow.
All right, Raph, what is you doing? Yeah, we'll say it that way.
Raph is exhausted. He is heading straight to the inn and crashing the fuck out.
All right, Ice and Finnegan head to the inn with you as well. Of course, when you were all heading that way, Twilight kind of branched off towards the kitchen and was going to talk with the matron of the establishment. Pius and Finnegan basically go up, make sure everyone's rooms are secure, that everyone's possessions are there, so on and so forth. But you are able to go to your room and start resting right away if there's nothing specific you wanted to do.
No, he's out of juice.
And it is a good idea to rest, since you hadn't slept before. You did gain a level of exhaustion, and the blowing of all the spell slots gave you another level as well. So, Geraldine, how about you, as everyone's kind of spreading off to do their own things?
Okay, Geraldine will try to find the town's record, if there is any. The mayor is not here, so I will try to explore his office. his house and try to find anything that will give us some clues and information of what happened in this place. And I'm also looking for an answer related to things that I found underwater.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check to see how long it takes you to find all of what you're looking for. Because it is there in the manor.
And I take my time, so I'm using my passive ability in this thing. What I mean is I roll with my 17 and not just my plus 7.
Okay.
So yes, that is a 35, and I will say a couple of hours at least, just going through every document
Yeah,
and see what I can find.
yeah, there's a decent number of rooms, and it doesn't take you long to find the ones that hold the various records. And it doesn't necessarily take you long to find the records you're looking for in each room. But because you're looking for so many and you're reviewing so many, yeah, it'd probably take you about like 3-ish hours to actually get through all of them. As far as the statue, the shrine that's underwater, you find one mention of it, and it was used in another ritual of sorts about 400 years ago. And it was one to get rid of a beast that inhabited the lake, a monster capable of changing its form like most of the villagers. But people were more tired of it for being annoying more than anything else. Because no matter what anyone did, it would always take on some form, trying to get about Tree Fitty. You find undeniable records about the Loch Ness Monster and how it originated in this town, and that their ritual was to remove it from the town, and that's how it ended up out at Willowdale.
Okay, Geraldine will take care of this information, and she collects all the information of everything she encountered and transcribe it into her journal. And for now, I think that's it. I'm just I'm also going to spend some time to see if there is anything else that we miss, especially related to not since the beginning. Every time that there has been a ritual, every time that there has been a new monument that has been raised and etc. It's been quite some time, so I presume that they didn't do it only once, and so I can start to consider, okay, this is this is not something we need to take care of. Okay, no, this is actually still going on. Things like this. So I go step by step.
Yeah. So you don't really find too much about like major rituals that have happened, more like town-wide ones. But the most important information you find about the villagers themselves and about the things that happen in this town is that the mayor, for about 200 years, going back to the one who did the protection ritual, have not actually been monsters. They've been humans or animals that have gained sentience in that sort of thing. The man that actually cast the protection ritual was a powerful mage from the Hunter Republic who had stumbled across the village and essentially made a deal with the town to try to give them protection. But in return, he wanted to be able to study and learn about their different respective species. Ultimately, he never left this town, though, so his findings never made it to the world at large. Because he eventually cast the protection ritual, noticing that the town would likely destroy itself if something couldn't be done about the madness they were all experiencing. You are able to find his records, though, as well. They are in a lockbox, but it's a very simple lock. It would be no problems for you to open that up as well. So you are able to take those notes, and essentially they're a very thorough set of information about reproductive habits, about their biology, about the different types of abilities they innately have. You also get a good idea of all the different types of creatures that are actually in this village because of that. You're aware of the Rakshasa, you're aware of the Death Slides, and you're aware of the vampires and doppelgangers. But this town is also inhabited by a couple of incubi and succubi as well.
Okay, this is an information I will give to Tempest. One of the things that I wanted to understand correctly here is the following. The thing is now that they are now kind of back to be human. So are those people, still partially monster, or that part is gone forever?
The two parts, the mental aspects, are definitely they're one now. So like they have all those memories and feelings of both inside. More than likely, it's going to take them time to adjust and figure out what parts feel right for them now. They're fairly certain from this ritual, just from what you saw initially, that physically speaking, they are all human. None of them are monsters anymore.
Okay, thank you.
So that's a few hours to catch up on Tempest. Ultimately, over those few hours, the best idea you can come up with is to try to gather the townsfolk and discuss with them what they feel as a collective would be the best place for a cemetery, so that they could start to honor their dead.
Okay. Any chance the first person I could find was, what's his name, Vladimir?
Vladimir, you don't see him readily. You're aware that he kind of worked as almost a night guard for the town, so more than likely he is currently sleeping.
Damn. All right, then. We're gonna start with people at the bazaar. Talking to the merchants. Families. You name it. Not children. They wouldn't understand.
There are no children in the town.
Perfect. Makes it easy.
Talking around to them, their suggestion, if you wanted to bring the entire town together, would be to speak with the matron at the inn. Seeing as everyone has, like, collectively their meals at the inn, during that time, the matron could discuss with everyone an actual time to meet and discuss with it, or help break the ice so that you can just start the conversation at the same time as the meal.
That's it. And then I'll head over there to go talk to her.
Okay. Twilight, it, of course, takes a few hours to reattach your limb. So we're moving forward from 10:30 a.m. up to 1:30 p.m. at this point. Twilight, your limb is reattached. You are now free to kind of go about and do as you please. Is there anything you want to do, Twilight?
Yeah. So I know I haven't been. I know I need to choose 2 spells between 1 and 8 because I have not done that at all. So I'm gonna hurry and quickly do that, and I'm gonna go from animals. I'm gonna do. Where was it? I'm gonna do what weather control level 8,
Okay. Neutral weather is a good one.
and then I think it was sympathy.
I know which spell you're
Empathy
talking about.
and
It's like
sympathy. Empathy and
yeah.
sympathy.
2 level 8. Yeah, control weather. All right. Well, you've got your spells. So what are you going to do?
So she's because she knows about the mayor, right? Like how he just turned into the cow.
I mean, theoretically, he was always a cow. He was just finally turned into his true form as
Yeah,
a cow.
so she knows that. She's gonna go. I know Pius isn't here tonight. But she's gonna. She would like to talk to Pius.
You will find that Pius is indisposed. At the moment, he is not available for discussion. He has locked the door to his room.
I'll just go. Who's the closest? Who is closest to me?
Technically me, I
Uh,
think.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah, basically. If you went looking for someone right now, Raph would be in his room sleeping. So if you went door to door, the first person you would come across would be Raph if he wakes up.
Yeah, you would probably.
Yeah, she's gonna go. She's gonna go try to find Wrath.
This will be the last thing she ever does.
Do you just knock her?
Yeah, because it's kind of like a serious conversation that she wants to have.
Okay. After you knock, there's a moment of a pause of silence before a loud oof. Sounds like you fell out of bed. I'm coming. Some scraping on the floor, probably his claws as he tries to get up, and eventually the latch being fiddled with on the other side for a solid 15 seconds before the door kind of pulls open a little bit and he sticks his head out. Hey, what's up?
You got a second? Are you guys indisposed? You guys having fun in there, or are you just like sorry to wake you up? But I was wondering if we can have a chit chat.
Pulls the door open the rest of the way, revealing an empty room. I was
Oh,
just
poor
trying to
thing.
sleep. What's on your mind?
Well, I know the town needs a new mayor.
Yeah, we already went over that, I thought.
Yes, we kind of did, but I was thinking maybe Pius could be their new mayor.
There's a long pause. Why?
Why? Well,
Yeah, walk me through that thought process.
there's multiple reasons why. 1, I feel like he's a great leader. 2, he knows how to, communicate very well. And 3, I just feel like this is his place to be.
I'm not going to disagree with you on the first 2 points. I think he's great at both things as well, but that last part kind of doesn't resonate with me. So can you explain that anymore?
So the town needs a mayor and a good leader.
Why does that make it Pius's place to be?
Well, I mean, it's a good question, but I was just thinking it would be I don't know. I just feel like it would be.
Can I
I think it would be kind
interject?
of his place to rest because how his all of his attention and with Amy and everything like that. This might give him a little bit of peace. Since the whole town is at peace, I'm thinking maybe this place could be his peace.
How long do you think he'd stay? You don't think
As
he
long as
wants
he
to
wanted to.
continue? Right. That goes for all of us. But what I'm getting at is he's on a mission, right? He's trying to find something. He's trying to find answers. I don't think this town has those answers for him. So how long would he stay after that before deciding he needed to go find those answers? And then what? Then they'll have to hold another election. I don't think it'll take that long.
Okay. You got a point. You got a really good point there. But, it would be always good to ask him if he wants to be the mayor of the town and see where he would go from there. Because we can't speak for him, but I was just thinking that
No, yeah,
he would be a really good mayor.
I think you're on the right track there. You should ask Pius what he thinks.
Well, I can't find him, and I don't know where he's located, so...
Well, I don't think we're leaving for hopefully at least another few hours, because I really could use some sleep. You've got time. Don't rush it. We're not going anywhere yet.
Okay, I was just running it by you to see what you think.
I think we should ask Pius. I don't think he'll agree to it.
Fine, I'll be the mayor. Gosh, she just walks away.
Okay, alright. Closes the door behind her and crashes onto the bed.
And she walks out
Building.
of the building going, I'm your new mayor! I'm your new mayor, god damn it!
You continue to get all the weird looks, just like you got when you were walking around naked. Everyone is pretty sure that you're mentally unstable in a way that actually made the town's former selves look kind of normal. Geraldine, this is about time you found everything you're looking for. And I didn't go over like everything you found in detail. We'll come up with it more as it's relevant or like something specific you want to bring up about it at any point. But what are you gonna go do now that you've kind of collected all that information?
Mm-hmm. I answer most of my question about this town, so the only thing that left for me usually is to go through their cemetery, but they don't have one. So Geraldine will go back to the rest of the team, because finally she doesn't need to, skulking around and sneaking up. And she will actually, join them and go to rest. And started to carve the skulls of the animals and things like this. Just try to absorb the information and at this point to relax. There is still a lot of things going on, and I think we have more work to do very soon.
Alright, Tempest, back to you then. As you head over to the inn and you can hear the matron in the kitchen working. You can see she's preparing a large feast right now. What she has made so far and is prepping seems to be a lot fancier than the meal that was presented last night.
Knock, knock. Anyone in here?
Oh, my dear. How are you doing? What can I do for you?
Lupin? I'm in a bit of a rat here. With the way things have changed, well, you guys don't exactly have a proper leader right now. So, I was trying to figure out a best way to pull everyone together and share the idea. Kind of explain that they need someone to guide them forward from here. They vote for someone they can trust, someone that would protect the village. We wouldn't really want to leave, and this place isn't properly held together. Do you think there's a way you could, like maybe pull people together, or at least get the idea rolling in their heads that this is important?
Well, obviously there's the meal tonight. Normally most of the village shows up at about the same time for everything. Oh my god, we haven't used it in years, but I do have a bell to signal the meal. I'm sure if everyone heard me ringing that, then they'd probably realize it's extra important. And more than likely everyone would show up basically at the same time if I took it out.
As she's saying this, you see her kind of move over towards the corner. You see her start rolling out this large bell. The bottom of the bell hangs about a foot above the ground, and the bell itself is nearly 3 feet tall. It's a very large bronze bell.
I'm sorry, what was that last part? It was a very what?
Large bronze bell.
Wow, that thing looks ancient.
Well, I believe it was made close to 1,500 years ago. It's older than I am.
Might be older than this one here. Anyway, you said that would definitely signal to everyone then? Do you think it would still have the same effect as it once had?
Well, I'm sure at the very least the novelty of it would bring people around to try to figure out what's going on. And seeing as it'll be around dinner time, they'll be able to hear it from here. I think the villagers, the rest of my town, and friends and family, would be smart enough to piece two and two together that it's something important.
All right, that's awesome. Well, would you happen to need any help around here? Until everyone gathers and this information can be shared, I don't exactly have much going on, and I don't know where my party's at the moment.
Well, I certainly won't say no some extra help, but I actually do have a favor to ask your friend, the one we kidnapped. She was here earlier, and I forgot when I saw her. But if you could return her clothes to her, I would really appreciate it. I just noticed I didn't change my voice for that. She puts you on a wait after she says this, and kind of like moves over to that hidden room to go gather up Twilight's regular clothes.
Yeah, I'll definitely get this to her. Oh, they smell horrible.
She kind of like giggles at that.
Oh, funny. Think about my case. I have a heightened sense of smell because of things. It hurts. Anyway, thank you. Much appreciated. I will go return this to her. Would you expect a certain time everyone will get together or just simply wait for the sound of the bell?
Well, typically, come on.
Well,
Yeah,
typically, we have the meal around 5:30 to 6 o'clock at night, so it'll probably be about the same time as normal for me to have the meal ready when I pull out the bell as well.
Well, all right. We'll keep an ear out for it, and I'll at least try to show up.
She nods and thanks you as she hands you Twilight's clothes.
Oh man, it hurts so bad. All right, thanks. See you later.
Where is Tempest heading next then?
Oh, heading straight to whatever room Twilight's supposed to be sleeping in to chuck those clothes in.
Alright, yeah, you can head up there. Just toss them in the room. The door is unlocked currently. Her bag is in there, since Pius made sure everyone's belongings were in their corresponding rooms.
Huh. Okay, enough of that nasty stuff. Is this at all lined up to when Twilight was talking to Rat?
You would have, barely missed her on both occasions.
Hmm.
Her coming in and out.
Well, I'll slam her door and take a moment to just clear my senses, literally.
Alright,
Rat is probably sleeping in there. He looked pretty tired. I'll just go kill some time around the village.
nothing in particular, just kind of going around,
Free.
talking, hanging out.
Just freestyling it these days.
Alright. Well, you are unfortunately not going to be able to find any hands. They are all firmly attached to their owners. Twilight, what are you doing out and about around town? Just kind of the same thing, mingling, talking, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, but she's also thinking, and this was before Tippa said anything about wardrobe. She was actually wondering if she could actually talk to Patches. And on 7 of 24, at 9:47, you sent an image, and I've been wanting this outfit. I don't know her name.
I sent it in Highroad pics or to you personally.
Yeah, it's Highroad pics.
7:24, 9:47. Yeah, that's Cosmos, the goddess of
Yeah,
creation, goddess of hope.
Cosmo.
Um,
I was wondering how I could get an outfit like that.
well, you summon Patches, you talk to him. He tells you he's certainly no seamstress. But if you want, he could talk to probably the only person capable of making a dress that high of quality and beauty, which would be the great Giuseppe. So expect to pay 10,000 plus gold for this dress, if you want it.
I don't know if I have that much gold.
Don't you have a bunch of Giuseppe dresses that you could trade for it that are worth?
Oh, I could, huh?
Or did we get rid of those?
No,
You
I still have those.
them. Yeah, you have them. You decided not to give them, of course, to the kind Hearst in Pallet because it could bring unwarranted suspicion to them, and Patches also refused to buy them or to take them because he basically would not be able to sell them. So you're pretty sure he wouldn't accept them in trade either.
I tried.
What about one of my items?
He's not against trading for roughly equal value, assuming it's something worth having. You have so much gold, actually. You have 83,877 gold. Twilight, and
Okay.
entire platinum, silver, or copper either. That's literally just your gold.
Yeah, she'll do it if it's that much.
He told you he's going to have to wait to take the money until after he actually gets the dress. And he warned you that 10,000 is kind of the bottom of it. But he does give you a guarantee it will be no more than 15,000 gold. And then he will contact
Fine,
you
since
once Giuseppe has had it made. It's likely that it could take a month or two before he actually has it done. It could be as little as a week, depending on how busy Giuseppe's schedule is, though.
Fine, but I want a discount since I have to wait.
He basically laughs in your face. The fact that you're getting a Giuseppe personally made at all is already a discount in his eyes. And he explains
Take
Giuseppe as well. The fact that he only does custom orders for the most important of people.
Okay, I'll take it. By the way, Patches, I'm the new mayor of this town. Lottie-dottie-dottie.
He chuckles again, and he seems to pull something out from underneath the desk and kind of makes a throwing motion towards you. And you find that your more basic clothes that you had put on to since your regular clothes were missing change, and you're now wearing a maid outfit.
I
And
like
he kind
it.
of just
I like it.
disappears.
She immediately puts it on.
It's already on you.
Oh, okay. I am the maid of the mayor's town.
So it will be just around 6 p.m. when anything of importance happens. As all of you, as well as the entire town, can hear as this bell gets rung and echoes throughout the small village. Wrath, it is enough to just kind of immediately jolt you away. Geraldine, it's enough to also just immediately drag your attention away from whatever you're doing.
Mhm.
Fucking loud fucking village. I'm suggesting anyone come here for a quiet vacation. Wrath is trying to like gather himself up to go see what the fuck is going on.
I will pretty much follow up. Just try to understand. At the same time, I'm like, really? Again? Just fix this. And, just follow.
All right.
Oh, hey,
Session is
Geraldine.
at the end, of course.
You look, tired.
That's one way of putting it. We gotta talk whenever I can get some rest, though. I found some stuff. Yeah, we gotta get the group together at some point tomorrow morning, probably.
Mm-hmm. So you don't know what's going on, right?
No, I have no idea what this bell means. Hopefully, I don't even fucking know anymore. I'm just waiting to find out.
Geraldine will just follow behind you.
As you finish getting downstairs, that's about the time the ringing of the bell stops, and you see the matron start wheeling it in through the front and kind of pushing it off to the side near the door.
So that's about this about.
Oh, my apologies. Did I wake you? I'm sorry. Your friend, the furry one. She had asked if I could help gather all the town to discuss the matters of the new mayor.
What do you
Oh.
mean?
Well, finding a new mayor. Since actually, why do we need a new mayor? I don't think she explained that. I just kind of took her at face value.
Okay, where are we doing this?
Oh, well, it's about dinner time. I just finished setting the tables. Since there were already going to be at least most of the town coming, I rang the bell more as a signal to let everyone know that something different's going on. So everyone should be gathering over here in the dining area soon enough.
Okay, I'm going that way. I just go to wherever she points.
All right. Tempest, Twilight, both of you would probably be coming in the inn at about this point, so you see Wrath kind of heading over into the dining area. Geraldine, where are you going towards?
I think Geraldine will kind of stay in the back, serving, the crowd from behind. She still doesn't like those people. I like them. I just still don't trust them. That's pretty more precise. I'm following the team anyway.
Okay. Completely understandable. Tempest, should I assume that you're going to head over to sit next to Wrath?
Yep.
Twilight, what about you?
I'm walking
You
and
can see
going,
the matron heading
"Jingle."
back into the kitchen.
Huh?
You can see the matron heading back into the kitchen.
She just kind of like, because she heard the bell, so she's just going over to the table and just start singing jingle bells while announcing, "I'm your new mayor."
As Wrath and Tempest find a seat, Wrath's gonna pull his mask off and place it in his lap and look over at Tempest, place a hand on her hand, and then it's like he's looking past Tempest and his eyes kind of widen. He goes, "I don't mean to alarm you, but I just had a thought. What do you think that fucking burrito turned into?"
Oh,
The
shit.
next point I was about to bring up. As you're sitting down and you all are positioning yourself in the dining area, you notice it out of the corner of your eye, in the corner, a massive chimichanga.
Didn't change.
Unless that was always its true form.
Guys, what the fuck
Hey!
is that?
You want to come sit over with us?
The creature does actually seem to be intelligent and understand the common tongue. It behaves very much like a dog. It's wiggling its backside as it kind of like bounces over to you as quickly as it can. Because of the fact it doesn't have legs or anything to balance, it actually kind of starts rolling over on its side at one point and having to readjust itself.
Oh my god, it's just a chunky boy. Oh, and look at him. He's so cute. Why are you looking like that, Raph?
I'm just worried about my lack of sleep lately.
And who's... Now we all know whose fault that is. Twilight. You should be getting more sleep.
Yeah, I plan to. Very, very soon. There was a
Would you
large commotion that kind of stopped it.
Oh,
Yeah, Raph.
was it
You should
Twilight
get more
again?
sleep.
No, it was that bell. You didn't hear that?
Yeah, that's why I was singing jingle bells, but what the fuck is this like chimichanga doing?
Chimmy, if she says anything bad about you, you have permission to eat her.
It starts to growl at her, kind of shaking at the same time.
It's okay. It's okay. Watch yourself, Twilight. But I did hear that bell, Wrath. It was the signal for the town. I probably should have gave everyone a heads up about that, but I didn't see any of you when I dropped Twilight's clothes off in her room. Oh, by the way, Twilight, your clothes are in your room.
Thank you. How'd you find them?
I didn't. I was tasked with it.
And you survived touching my clothes.
Barely.
That's
I
great.
had to cut my nose off.
It's okay. They can reattach it at the clinic.
I'm
Wait. Your clothes are attached to you?
No. Tempest said that she could cut her nose off, and I said, that's fine.
Oh,
You can cut her nose off, and they can reattach it at the clinic. I'm the
Gotcha.
mayor. I know what
figure
I'm
of
doing.
speeches, Twilight. God, even I paid attention to that moment in class.
Wait, you're the mayor?
You said so
The
yourself.
fuck you are.
Wait, does that mean you're staying here?
No, I'm gonna be the mayor, but I have my
That just
I have my
disqualifies you.
resource that lets me teleport to the plane of existence.
Well, no,
Or
you
I
have
can-
to.
Ref, you and Tempest can hear from one of the townsfolk I sat near. Jeremy Crawford, the Goliath from the farm. Twilight is like a table away, but he's just sitting there. And you say, "Oh, you're gonna stay here."
Oh God, please no.
Don't worry. I would sooner talk everyone in town to voting for Jimmy here before her.
What's wrong with Jimmy?
And I should rephrase, Jimmy, that's just how much more I trust you over my own party member.
That's hurtful, I say from the
You're in the back of the room. We don't need it right now, Daryl Deed.
I just speak my mind, okay?
I could be a great mayor. I promise I can.
You're not going to be a mayor, Twilight. And
To be fair, she
And
can
about-
control the weather. That's pretty important.
that is a
You can
nice
get the
skill
crops
to
growing.
flex. I mean, she can flex that skill during the primaries, how this stuff works. And yeah, go from there. What kind of leader leaves their village, their town, whatever?
It's true. You'd have to stay here the rest of your life.
About this time, you're not necessarily interrupted. It looks like almost all the towns here, and the matron of the inn is coming back out of the kitchen with one of those rolling trays, and on it is 4 absolutely massive, like 8-layer cakes. They're about 24 inches across, nearly 2 feet. And she's going from table to table and setting one in the center of each one.
What's she doing?
She's putting cakes on the table.
Okay, I thought you said something else.
Eating backwards. Do we get dessert first here? Is that the custom?
I thought she said.
So
I
food is
thought.
already laid out on the tables.
Oh, okay.
This was like the final thing to be brought to the tables.
I'm fine with this. Sugar before everything else is okay.
No, it's not.
But since when do you object? Oh,
Mm.
here, Jimmy, eat this.
Jimmy eat it?
Jimmy is more than happy to take a bite of it. You kind of get the impression from this that Jimmy is probably an omnivore.
Is it cannibalism to eat another chimichanga for it? That's the real question here.
Not so loud. What if you freak out Jimmy?
Well, what if Jimmy wasn't a chimichanga to begin with? So he's not technically from a chimichanga lineage. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying at this point.
Yeah.
My apologies. You had asked before about how Jimmy came to be. Now that I have all my memories in order, actually, I created him. He is exactly what you see, although his biology certainly isn't the same as chimichanga. If you were to cut him in half, you'd see organs and everything else. He has a similar biology to Mimic, actually.
See? It'd be
I almost
cannibalism
said
then.
Kupo.
What that was that? Anyway,
So it could eat chimichangas and not be a cannibal, right?
She nods.
Right.
and look at. I can't tell if it's kicking its leg, but I think it's moving its nub when I scratch it right here.
Right. Are we? What is the plan here? You gathered everyone. What are we?
I
You gonna give them a speech?
didn't try to distract myself too much with Jimmy. I asked her to get everyone here together. At the end of the day, we can't leave this town unmanaged.
What do you mean?
And they're definitely not going to vote. They can't have a cow running this place.
Why not?
It's just
It's just cowardly.
Well, hold on. A cow has run this place for at least a decade, right, or more. What's the problem with it?
You all
Geraldine,
can audibly hear from upstairs when Twilight makes the pun cowardly as Finn clearly groans from 2 floors up.
What's his problem?
Lactose intolerant, I think.
definitely.
um,
So he doesn't got milk.
and I just intervene and started to, drop exact date in terms of when this is started, when this person, is like, I read the whole record of the town in in the few previous hours. So if they have any question, I will answer.
There you have it. The cow's been running this place for years,
Oh, where's the cow been all day?
doing the same thing. I think it was before we turned it back into a cow, riding around on that sword.
He's been moving around.
I can still hear him.
You all hear him because he's basically burst through the door doing a kickflip on his 8 sword.
I mean, what cow do you know can do that? I say we give him a chance.
Fair. At the very least, this can be a meeting to re-establish his leadership with the town. For starters, they need a cemetery or a graveyard of sorts. And if they can't even do just that, how are they going to maintain their markets, their government, the financial standings of everyone here?
I think
Wow,
you're
I can-
thinking too much for them. They have been managing themselves for quite some time. I'm pretty sure they can figure out the logistics of it.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know why I found myself caring so much. Something about the town, I don't know.
Nothing wrong with caring too much, but whenever you start taking their hand with every little thing that they've already been doing, there's a point where you're overstepping.
The matron kind of interjects now at this point, and she hands Tempest. She hands you a much smaller belt than the other one. It's a silver bell, and
Whenever you're ready to get it started, since it's your idea, just ring the bell and kind of call for everyone's attention.
Wait, before you do that, what about Pius? Do you think Pius would be a good mayor?
Twilight, let me make this easy. If it's any member of this party who has to travel, they will not fit. Also, they might still stick with the cow.
Okay.
You think a graveyard?
Moving on.
Ah, moving on.
Considered.
I don't know what is worst, listening to this or knowing that it's kind of funny.
I try.
I know you do.
Are you ready?
I should be. This is nothing compared to the amount of people we'll be talking to at the very end of the road. Okay. And she nervously stands up and rings the bell.
As she rings the bell, I'm going to use minor illusion because I can still cantrip, luckily, to almost make sound waves visible coming from the bell to give it just more momentous feeling to it. Just little waves of motion through the air from the bell, as if it has power.
so you can tell the villagers were already kind of paying a lot of attention to your group as a whole, having to turn and look different directions for different members, and they very quickly go silent after you ring the bell.
Oh, they're all staring. All right.
You got this.
If I could have everyone's attention, I do appreciate you all coming here. And I think it goes without saying, everyone has a reason to celebrate. Look how far the village has come, how far all of you have. You have a whole new future written out in front of you. And I'm sure that's exciting and terrifying to some. I just wanted to make sure if you're all prepared for the next steps. Is everything situated? Is your leadership in order? Do you, for example, I couldn't find any cemeteries of anything, and you want to have a place to remember the dead and those who've passed. It's little things like this. Are you all prepared to start planning out the big things for your future?
Yes.
You say this, and you kind of expected some sort of response, but most of the villagers are kind of hanging their heads down low. It's very quiet, and the first person in this crowd to actually respond is the Rakshasa turned into a dwarf. That Jeremy.
We're sorry for everything we put you all through, and the kindness you're all showing is we don't deserve it. And I think we're all glad that you're trying to make sure we'll be okay, but I think our former mayor here will be able to at least lead whoever takes charge of the town, show them the records, how things are maintained, that sort of thing. As far as the cemetery, I guess it's a good thing you brought that up. It's not exactly normal for people to eat their dead. Human society, we expect more travelers to come through. It's probably a good idea for us to have one.
Indeed. If you wouldn't mind, any of you, if you don't object, I would appreciate being able to mark the first spot for this location's future. I've been carrying with me someone from way back in this village's past. But if it wasn't for their story, we might have ended up just not even noticing this place. We might have kept walking and none of the events would have happened the way they did. I do hope that that's not too much of a request.
You notice that one of the other dwarven men here in the town, he stands up before speaking and looks at you.
You're talking about the old mayor's apprentice, the one that left town. Try finding a solution to the madness that was overtaking us, aren't you?
Yes. I wanted to get him home so that his journey can finally come to an end, so that he can finally see the outcome.
The entire town kind of starts talking at this point, not necessarily talking over each other, but they're throwing out different ideas about where to put a graveyard. They have suggestions like replacing the bazaar with the initial space and having kind of grow out to the west, or maybe out where the town initially was, where there's a graveyard that they can all get to and visit, but not necessarily immediately next to the town, giving it room to grow for generations and generations beyond this one. And eventually, I am, the former mayor, ends up suggesting where the lake used to be, right out front of the mayor's house in the northeast of town.
It seems like a good repurposed space.
Well, not only that, but it would be a good reminder to the mayor of the past.
It'll be the start of a legacy.
Wasn't there something in that lake, though, that we never really
What are you talking about?
bothered with? Like,
Wait. There was a statue for a previous, I would say, ritual that was done. That is not being used anymore. The creature is being relocated, and the lake is free.
All's well that ends well, then.
In addition, the lake is still out in its original spot, like, a quarter mile off the road. Out in front of the mayor's house is now just an open expanse of forest, essentially, where the lake was originally, at least in relative position to the town. You also notice quite a few villagers' cringe, as you mentioned. The creature that was relocated.
I smile at them. Or do you want me to use a different word?
No, I think most of us would just rather never think about that thing again.
Was it something that might have changed when you all did?
Why not? It's not been here for several hundred years. No idea where it actually went. Maybe the mayor's office would have documents about it. It was.
If you ever have any person you ever meet ask you for about Tree Fitty, just walk away. Okay? We'll put it like that.
Yeah.
Kind of hangs his head at this. Lesson already learned. Thanks for the heads up, though.
It's party here. Twilight, I'm gonna take you out to that lake and drown you.
I can swim.
Oh, if we're done here. Oh, excuse me.
Sounds
If we're
like
done-
Sleepy is getting sleepy.
Yes, I've said that multiple times already. But I do have something to show our group upstairs if we're done here.
Let's finish out this meal and head back on up.
Okay,
At this
I'm
point,
gonna
the villagers are all talking amongst themselves. So.
Bye, Timmy.
the Wrath will leave and go and pull out the 3 items he got and wait for the group to gather. If you want to describe what they look like, Jess?
Absolutely. So once you all gather, Magdalene, who hadn't actually been down there with all of you, she basically was listening, heard as all of you were coming back up and gathers with you. Tristan had been downstairs originally, and so he comes up with all of you. Give me a moment to send a picture to you all in Highroad pics. Where are you, photo? No, I didn't bury you too deep.
Weird.
Let me put this over there on the
Ooh.
screen as well for everybody.
Yeah, pretty.
I did not generate images for the other 2. There's one I want to change. There's one I want to change.
Interesting sword.
This one is a claymore, so it's rather large in size. The other 2 as well, you see a staff that seems to be almost ethereal, not entirely tangible, as well as this spell casting focus. How have I forgotten what the hell it looks like? My brain's been all over the place. Whatever, I don't think I ever wrote it down anywhere, so we'll just make a new design for it. So it's a crystal kind of shaped into a almost cross-like figure, except instead of there being that extra bit above the cross section, the 2 parts that go to the side loop back around down to the bottom, near the bottom. So it's like a circle with a line going through the center. It starts at the top, in the top, not going over, but it continues down below the bottom. And it's in spherical in design as well, because it goes around horizontally as well as the vertical. And you can see through the gaps that there's nothing inside of this crystal formation, but you can tell there's divine energy radiating off of it. The staff seems to almost be formed from like wisps of energy up and down it. Thousands of fibers wound together in this very basic staff shape. At the top of it, where you'd think there would be like a crystal possibly set in, is just this twisted sphere of that same ethereal energy as well. The greatsword, the hilt, and the crossguard are made from what appears to be obsidian. Let me pull this up so I can just read the exact description I wrote for it, because I cared way more for some reason about the way this looked. The sword has a small torment sliver and a small hope sliver encased in glass that separates the 2 from touching and is set in the hilt like a gemstone. The blade is made of tetracite infused with cinnabarite dust, which causes it to softly glow with octarine light and weigh significantly less than a typical claymore. Runes are engraved along both sides of the red blade. The runes are readily identified as being the language of souls, known as true speak. Every rune is an anthology containing the very essence and full reality of the concept it represents. So you notice that this reddish blade also seems to radiate an impossible color, so to speak. That's what octarine light means. Octarine color means this theoretical color beyond what human eyes can actually interpret. And the crystal in the hilt, you can tell, is both a sliver of a torment fragment and a sliver of a hope fragment, filling the glass cases that they're inside of with their respective lights and color.
So, the mayor had all of these, including, and he reaches up and touches, you see a new mask has been added to his growing collection of dragon faces. All of these available. I figured I might want to take a look at them. Sword, I don't know if it can be used one-handed, but it's fairly light. Enhances the ability of spells that are cast through it. It can be used as a focus. I think it's pretty easy to be proficient with it, as light as it is. And, obviously there's some torment applications to it, points to the gem. The other two are really just enhancing all spell stuff. The staff is formidable as a weapon on its own. Both are used to enhance spellcraft. So I don't know if anyone...
Like the staff.
What?
Like, are you just showing us them, or are we, like, picking what ones we want, or what?
If somebody thinks they can use one to do better, then yeah, that's why I'm showing
I would
them.
like a staff, if
Okay.
possible.
Don't you have a staff that you're using?
Yes, Twilight, you have a staff that gives you bonuses to healing,
Mhm.
and you could be attuned to both of them, but that would require you to switch out back and forth. The one that you have right now is better for you, though. Both of them are +3 weapons. The difference is one helps with damage magic, and one helps with healing magic. The healing magic would definitely be better for you.
It's up to you. If you think you're gonna be using damage or to hit people with it, it's like I said, it's formidable as a weapon on its own. You can have it if you think you're gonna use it more.
Well, is anybody in the party actually good with the staff?
I am,
Okay.
but I'm using swords, so
Yeah,
I
go
can
ahead.
use it. But
I mean, Geraldine, does she? Do you need a staff, Geraldine?
would that benefit you?
I'm also bonded to my own weapons.
Finn or Pius? Pius is partial to larger weapons, but
So neither of them are currently here. They don't seem to have gathered for this discussion.
Ooh, what about Finn? Next time we talk to him, he might like one of these weapons.
weapons, yeah. This one is just a focus, so it's only for spellcasters, and he picks up the crystal one.
Ugh, spellcasters.
I mean, I'm a spellcaster.
Yeah, you are. You want it?
Do I have to attune with it?
Yes.
No. I don't want anything I can attune to.
All of these you have to attune to.
Okay, I don't want any of it.
Okay, fair enough.
So I will read out what they all do real quick for you all to make a full, educated decision. The Staff of the Ethereal allows you to make a magic bolt attack with this weapon. When you attune, you choose Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma. Seeing as spellcasting is a requirement to attune, you probably want to choose the one that your spellcasting uses. The magic bolt attack is a ranged spell attack with a range of 60 feet. It deals 1d12 plus ability modifier force damage. The melee attacks you make with it deal 1d12 plus modifier force damage.
Can I ask a question about that? Because
Yes.
if I were to wield it, I would wield it one-handed, which typically drops it to a D8 on a quarterstaff. Does it do that here?
No, it always deals 1d12.
Gotcha.
Attacks made with this weapon ignore magic and spell resistance. Spells you cast using it ignore magic and spell resistance, and spells you cast are treated as being one level higher for the purpose of their effects. The focus, the eternal focus as it's called, increases your spell save DC and spell attack bonus by 3. Creatures have disadvantage on saves versus your spells, and after finishing a short rest, you recover spell slots with total levels that are equal to or less than your total level. The sword is called a Torment Forged Claymore. When you make an attack with this weapon, you can use your spellcasting ability modifier instead of strength or dexterity for both the attack and damage rolls. You are treated as being proficient with it as long as you are proficient with short swords or long swords. In addition, you can use the crystal embedded in it as a spellcasting focus, gaining a +3 bonus to save DC and spell attack rolls. When you roll a natural 20 on an attack roll made using this weapon against a creature that has an intelligence score of 5 or higher, that creature must make a DC 21 wisdom saving throw or take an extra 6d6 untyped damage that cannot be reduced, and they gain a madness rolled from a 1d4 table. All the effects are fear effects.
Really powerful stuff here.
Sounds very powerful indeed.
Okay, I'll take the not the staff, but the other one.
Still need a tuning.
It's
Okay.
fine, I'll take it.
The focus.
You want the focus or the claymore?
Ooh, focus.
What do y'all think on these two?
I'd say hold them for the time being, at least till we can reconvene with everyone else.
I can hold them all.
No, I mean, no, it's okay, Twilight.
But I'm the mayor.
In your own world, yes. I'm pretty sure they'd vote for me first, Twilight. You ran around town naked.
Yes.
See, no denial. So what do we say? We just hold on to them for now and figure out if we're gonna keep them, disperse them to others, or sell them?
No, what? No, we're not selling any of this first and foremost. This, especially tapping on the claymore, The other ones are artifacts to gods. I'm not selling those, but this would be dangerous
Yeah.
as fuck in the wrong hands.
What about our blacksmith? Can they actually, blacksmith our weapons and combined weapons together?
Who's our blacksmith?
I think she might be
Talking
talking
about the
about the
guy.
blacksmith in town.
Oh,
Yes.
I
This
very much doubt it. This is beyond, I think, even Captain's capabilities right now.
this is a specialty that goes beyond what we have encountered.
Biggest thing that comes to mind for Raph and Geraldine, the two of you in particular, when you were at the military compound, the focus of their research was how to use a torment fragment to enhance a weapon. This seems to be a final product. This seems to be the fruits of all of that research, made probably sometime after that compound was abandoned.
Yeah, we're not selling that.
Oh, well, it'll be safe in your hands for the time being.
Safe in my
So-
bag while I sleep.
With that being said, you can mold it with. With that being said, what about a hope fragment towards the weapon?
There's a hope fragment embedded in the hilt as well.
With that being said, if no one wants to claim these, I'm going to bed. Get the hell out of my room.
Okay.
Not you.
Woo!
Wait, what time is it actually?
It
So
is
never mind.
about 7 p.m. currently.
Yeah, I'll stick back for for a little bit, but definitely not calling it a night.
Raphis.
Yep, Tempest will stay for like an hour or so.
So, before we continue, Raph, you're going back to sleep. Tempest, you're hanging out in the room. Everyone else is kind of going off doing their own things. Twilight, presumably you're going to your room so that you can attune to the eternal focus in the place of your ring of mind shielding, since that's just kind of been there waiting for you to come up with something you'd rather be attuned to. The random benefits and detriments that you got. The first is you got a +1 to your AC, so you finally got 20 AC. You're finally getting up there with everybody else. The next is that you can cast the shield spell. When you do, you have to roll a d6, and on a 6 you can use it again. Otherwise, you have to wait until the next dawn to use that spell. Your appearance score increases by 2, which means after this rest, when everyone sees each other again, Twilight's gone from being, above average attractiveness in that conventional sense to she's pretty much like supermodel now. She went from kind of on the edge to be like, yeah, she could model clothes for sure. And your weapon attacks all deal an extra d6 damage. And now for the 2 negatives. The first is that you have to eat and drink 6 times as much as usual. And to rule that alongside good berry, yes, you would have to eat 6 good berries to get the same effect you used to get from 1. The other one is that you are physically ill. You are sick with some type of physical ailment that you cannot get rid of as long as you're attuned to this. And you're disadvantaged on all strength and constitution saving throws and ability checks. Seeing as those are pretty big, you can use a plot point if you want to change one. If you wanted to change both of them, you would have to spend 2 plot points. But you don't have to. I believe you only have 1. Yep, you only have 1 plot point. So you can use a plot point and change one of those 2. Or you can just keep them.
So the one is I'm really sick, and then the other one is what?
You have to eat and drink 6 times as much as usual.
Let me do I have to use my plot point now, or can I actually
Yes, you would have to use the plot point now.
No, and I can't change it later?
Nope, you'd have to reattune if you don't do this now.
Yeah, she'll use the plot point and do the sickness one.
Okay, you want to change the sickness one? I will give you a choice then from a few of them. Anytime you touch like a gemstone or a piece of jewelry, its value is immediately cut in half. And while attuned,
It's now what?
if you're more than... So the first one is when you touch a gem or a piece of jewelry, its value is immediately cut in half. Okay, next option. When you are more than 10 feet away from this spellcasting focus, you are blind. The next one, while you're more than 10 feet away, you are deaf. And the last one is if you are, you deal 1d6 necrotic damage to plants you touch. You kill plants that you touch. You have to choose one of those 4.
Yeah, that's not okay. Death or blind or cut in half. Well, I think I'm gonna take the cut in half stuff.
Okay, so we will change it to any gems or jewelry you touch are...
So does that mean
values cut in
my
half.
good berries cut in half in 2?
No, the monetary value is cut in half,
Oh,
and it's gemstones and jewelry.
okay. But I'm smoking hot now, so woohoo!
It's got a +2, so you went from 14 to 16.
Ooh yeah.
Oh, she could be the distraction for things.
And since appearance is specifically a register of conventional attractiveness, not obviously beauty is varied from people to people. This is why appearance is conventional attractiveness. It does not have the same effect on every creature in the world. Basically, it's things like your breasts look a little fuller, your skin is smoother, your hair shines a little bit more, that kind of stuff.
My hair's longer.
Yep. Okay, that puts us ready to actually continue. Geraldine, after the conversation, what do you go to do?
That's a good question. Geraldine has not much to do at the moment. She spent time studying the city. She spent time. Just, they don't collect the dead, so it's like there's not much for me to just do the air quote eat. And the Turbatra has not been heard for a while, so Geraldine is a little bit more like I'm out of things to do. This is unusual. So she will start to go through her notes. She will start to go through everything she have written before and etc. And since I started to remember some things, if I remember correctly, there are some new lights on my past and the thing that I will seal into my mind. I will compare the notes that I had with the one that I wrote down now, and try to see if I can connect a little bit more dots together. Because even if I don't remember, maybe I wrote down something related to an event, and I know that happened in that moment. So even if I don't immediately understand the connection between the two of them, I can start to put like, oh, so if I did A and this is C, probably something. So there was a B in between that I'm not aware of. Does all of this make sense, Jess?
I believe so. I believe. You're kind of looking back on your memories, those moments that might have been foggy, trying to figure out more the truth of some of the stuff that happened.
Yeah.
And there is one common denominator. You're not able to really make out what the real differences are, what pieces have actually been forgotten, like the details of it, but you can connect all of them to one common denominator. All of them involved trauma in some way. Whether it was being mistreated as a child at some point, or a couple of them, you're like, wait, there was a purple crystal involved with that. I've had more contact with these trauma fragments than I realized. Or even events of like losing a friend, or a valued researcher that you worked with who traveled away, leaving you to continue what the two of you had researched together by yourself, that sort of thing. They're not always big traumas, but they're traumas in some capacity.
I mean, there's still traumas. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Tempest, you said you're going to spend a little bit of time with Raph. What were you planning to do after?
Depending on how that goes, should probably just go walk around for a bit. Still some hours to kill. Maybe check out the spot in front of the mayor's house.
Okay. There's not much of note. The biggest thing is that almost every villager you come across apologizes for their behavior. They all do seem to have a fairly large amount of remorse for their actions.
Each person that apologizes gets a treat from the snack bag.
You end up giving out about 20 treats, because you don't run across every villager along the way. But you do run across 7 of them that are kind of out surveying the layout near the mayor's office for the graveyard. They seem to be working out like how they're going to fell the trees, how they're going to smooth out the area, make sure there aren't roots so they can properly dig in the future for the various grave markers. They also are talking about erecting a statue in the kind of fenced off portion where the dock for the mayor's like personal boat used to be. One specifically for the doppelganger that you met previously. You can hear them as they're talking about it. They plan on carving it with his actual, like, as a doppelganger, not as some human disguise he had, because ultimately his actions, as you would put it, kind of brought you here and led you to saving them. And they want to pay their respects to him for that.
Oh, you see that? The journey's almost over for you. I'll admire it for however reasonable length of time, and then Tempest will just make her way back. If Ross is asleep, she'll just go straight to bed.
Alright, well, you do technically have like an hour or two you can spend doing something before you go to sleep.
Yeah, I'll do it. Let's see. She wants to communicate with the chimichanga.
You want to communicate with Chimichanga?
Mm-hmm.
So
What?
anything you say, it does seem to understand what you're saying, but it cannot speak any language that you might understand.
So the conversation is going to be very unproductive. Got it.
Yeah, it's a lot like a real person talking to a real dog. But because this isn't a
Got it.
dog or an animal in any way, you cannot use your magic to speak with it.
I don't know what she's going to do. She's just going to probably, I don't know, maybe go get something to eat or something.
Okay. Yeah, the food usually stays out for several hours. That way everyone gets the chance to eat their fill, take things like bowls or whatever that they can eat throughout the next day or anything like that. So you're able to eat, and there's still plenty of slices of cake left as well. So you can eat your
Okay.
fill before you head to bed. with all that, I guess we will roll over to the next day. The 13th of February is upon you all, and you will be waking up, for those of you asleep, around 7 a.m. You all have the opportunity to actually get a full good night's sleep on actual beds. No major problems, no sounds of the night. It is very restful compared to most of your journeys, travels. Wrath, you are the only one this does not apply to. Everyone else, you get the benefits of a full rest.
I still have a short rest, right?
Yes, you have a short rest, and you both your levels of exhaustion are gone.
Oh, okay. I use a short rest to also regenerate my sorcerer points with my Bloodwell vial.
All right.
Oh shit! The best night of sleep I've had since we left Pallet.
Turn the sun off.
Oh, come on! Wait, don't we have stuff to do? How'd the graveyard thing go?
It's the building. They're working on it. Good work they're doing. Yeah. Sleepy.
Good enough. I think Wrath is gonna go and just take the morning to run around the village, get some exercise while also taking in the view.
As you do so, you can tell that the villagers obviously they see they're not going to be able to stop to you and really talk, but all of them are waving at you or shouting thanks, anything that's quick to say to you.
I'll kind of just wave to him as he passes by, but he doesn't stop or say much.
Okay.
He's waiting for the group to get together.
Okay. Not too long into your jog, you can see that Tristan has already started a jog himself around town. And if you don't go to him, he'll end up coming to you and jogging with you in silence. He doesn't have anything particular he wants to say.
I'll start up a
Tempest,
conversation if he doesn't say anything.
Tempest, do you plan on joining them for the morning?
Oh shit! They already left. Yeah, I'll catch up to them after
All right.
Doge goes running out the door.
All right. It won't take you long if you actually book it to catch up to them, and then reduce to basic speed. Okay. Wrath, just try to have a conversation with Tristan.
So what do you think so far? Two different perilous situations you've been in. How are you feeling?
Well, it's definitely helping give me perspective on how difficult changing the world really is. At the same time, I think in some ways it's giving me a false impression of it. We literally changed the world, transformed people from one species to another. We relocated an entire village, and I have a feeling I'm probably never going to see something like that again.
Oh, I don't know. Miracles happen every day. And if it's not for people like us, including you now, some people don't get to experience those miracles. Everyone has a chance to change the world, even if it is in a small way. You'd be amazed what small effects happen now and guide larger ones in the future.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's kind of what I mean is I don't expect necessarily to see giant, fast changes, but I think I can be happy seeing smaller changes, knowing that any level of impact can eventually be big given time and a build-up of smaller things, I think.
Sure. You were pretty shaken after the first fight, but this one you seem pretty sturdy on your feet. Have you recovered, or is that still weighing you down?
I think I'm doing a lot better, but I mean, the difference between two of them is pretty vast in its own as well. I mean, one was a singular giant world-ending monster, and this was people. And this is more what I expect to deal with, I think, in the general sense. And changing the world isn't about defeating monsters, at least not in the sense I guess a lot of adventurers think of. It's about changing people's hearts, the way they feel, the way they act towards others, the way they see the world. And so it's just different events. And I definitely am, like I said, I am doing better from the other one. But it's like apples and oranges. They're only comparable on the most surface of levels.
Well, I'm glad to see you doing well and holding your own. Just in the past few weeks, you've taken great strides that a lot of people never will.
Yeah, I have. I think that's probably what's weighing me down the most, though. This isn't. Is it my own resilience? Is it the whispers and power of the dragon through this totem? Is it the man in the void? I feel like I'm more connected to him than I could possibly imagine. I'd like to think that it's my own natural resilience, but I also don't want to be narcissistic or overestimate my own abilities.
Surprisingly wise from one so young. I think the best way to approach that is just to see where you're brought, see where it takes you. Just wanted to check up on you.
Superhero.
And Tristan nods, but he doesn't really say anything in response. He's got a smile on, just a small one. But you can't quite tell if it's genuine or he's putting on an act. He's focused on the jog at the moment.
I'll just let it rest at that.
Yeah. Geraldine, how do you get your day started?
kind of the usual at the moment. Just prepping breakfast for everyone when they finish their morning routine. Prepping my things, checking on my inventory. Just my usual routine at the moment. But there is
Okay.
when you feel like relentless, you want to do more, but you just don't know what to do. As at the moment, Geraldine is kind of difficult for her to stay still. And yeah, so she is making more food than she should be. She is like moving and try to focus on too many things at the same time. For the first time in ever, she's burned a batch of cookies at a certain point. She forgot about them. Something that is like, wow, never happened before.
Do you use the kitchen at the end to make breakfast?
Yes, if it's
Okay.
they allow me, yes, I will.
Yeah, she absolutely lets you use the kitchen. She asked if you want to, help her because she is prepping essentially breakfast for the town. Unlike the large dinners that have been produced that you've seen, the breakfast is more just basic things. Like she bakes some loaves of bread, donuts. It's not big like eggs and bacon and that sort of stuff. It's all more little things to put something in their stomachs before they start the day. You can tell this town operates on like a couple of small meals and snacks and eats one large meal a day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh, I help with that because just because I'm restless, it doesn't mean that I cannot do things for others. So yeah, this is actually sounds like a good idea. So I will start to help to prepare and probably prepare a little bit more than they are used to.
All right, Twilight, you wake up as well. What are you going to do to get your day started?
Oh, she's pretty hungry, so she's gonna fly into the kitchen. Sorry. She's gonna fly into the kitchen.
Okay. When you get down there, you notice Geraldine is helping prepare things with the matron. And the matron will kind of look over at you. And unlike Geraldine, who's she's like, oh, do you want to, help me prepare everything? She looks at you and does something very different. She throws a loaf of bread to you.
Oh, hello, dear. Are you hungry? Yeah, loaf of bread to get your day started?
I'm famished. I'm famished. Is that the right word? Famished?
You are famished, yes.
Famished. Yeah, famished.
Mm-hmm. And as
Uh,
this love, they offer you some food, so you should take it.
Oh yeah. She takes the bread. She's like, "Can I get something else to go along with the bread? Like maybe some butter and jelly or."
We are making things, so you need to be just patient, and I will give you something. And I started to fill some of the bread with BB and jelly and or the other things that will improve the flavor.
all right.
Oh, so you take back the bread from me?
There are multiple loaves of bread. I would guess she starts setting up a different one than the one you're holding.
Okay, yeah. She just opens it right then and there
Okay.
and walks off.
All right. So generally, like the morning exercise and everything's only about an hour. Preparing, the meal and it all getting out there is about the same kind of time frame. So it's about 8 a.m. as you all kind of gather again at the inn. And townsfolk are starting to come by. It's not necessarily set up for like a meal. There's just platters out there with the bread, the jellies, the butters, the donuts, so on and so forth. And people are just kind of grabbing them. You'd expect them to kind of head out, but all of them seem to be waiting around as they kind of nibble at whatever they've chosen to eat. When you all have kind of gathered, though, and you're all in the room together, the lot of the village kind of moves so that they can all be looking in the same direction to be looking at all of you, and they all bow and kind of let out a collective apology for what they did.
We've got to stop this.
Just let them be grateful. Get it out of their system. I'll be out of here soon enough.
Not a fan of praise.
Oh, I just ignore it like it's not even real.
The matron ends up kind of speaking up because the room's more than quiet enough that even if you're whispering to each other, they'd more or less hear it.
We just wanted to make sure that everyone had their chance to apologize to all of you, not just, a couple people here apologizing to, a couple of you. We just wanted to make sure you got one proper full apology before you left. And I think we're all on the same train of thought, logically. If there's anything we can do for you before you leave, just let us know.
Certainly appreciated, but not necessary, please. Your hospitality has more than apologized for any rude behavior beforehand. That does bring up a good point, though. Are we staying, or should we get ready to go?
Is the cemetery ready for its first resident?
I literally just smile and look in the direction like, oh, you're talking my language now.
So Jeremy Crawford is kind of the one that ends up speaking about this one.
No, it's probably going to take us a couple of months to actually get it fully ready and prepared. But we can make some space in the mayor's manor until then. If you need a place for the ashes and the urn.
I think that's fair. Not too far from home.
I live.
Oh my god, we just
Yeah,
woke up and she's
we're-
already crazy.
Yeah, we're thinking the memorial statue will make it in a way that the arms can safely hold the urn.
I like that idea. A fine end to this chapter.
The crowd of people kind of let out a hurrah collectively.
Hurrah. All right. Well, if that's settled, you want to go take care of that before we go? The rest of us will get ready.
Yep. Let's get ourselves moving. Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
Hey, Suckle! Okay, so the townsfolk are all starting to disperse to go about their own days and what they're already going to do. And of course, several of them head with you, Tempest, out to where the graveyard is going to be built for the town. There's not really any specifics to get into. It's mostly them explaining what their plan is and the step-by-step process. They describe like how they're going to pose the statue, where they're going to put it, how big it is, that sort of thing. As well as, the exact position, kind of showing you with their own bodies holding the urn and that sort of thing. And they also show you exactly where they plan on keeping it in the mayor's manor. They're going to keep it in the room where the artifacts were, since there are stable pedestals and cases to protect it in there.
I'd say even the goddess of death would approve.
Crawford ends up kind of letting out a chuckle to that.
Well, yeah, hope so. I mean, she's one of the few deities this village has always had positive opinions on.
No wonder I felt so welcome when I got here. Well, I wish you all the best, but I must meet with my friends.
Guess I'll see you again. Travel safely, all right?
We will. And we'll make sure to come back along the road to see you all.
We'll all be looking forward to it.
And goodbye to you, even if I've only been carrying you with me for a short amount of time.
You don't get any full response, but for the first time in your referencing of this doppelganger, since you actually spoke to him and he passed on, you do kind of feel like a gentle warmth, as if his spirit, wherever it may be, recognizes this.
She has nothing more to say. She's satisfied with a smile and carries on.
All right. As for everyone else who's getting their stuff together, doesn't necessarily take too long. You're not quite set out and sprawled the way you usually are in the Instant Fortress, which all of you would have noticed the day before after the village had moved, is currently kind of sitting at that entryway where you came in at the south, where the L in the road is that leads to the clinic. It's kind of right there now.
Perfect. Let's gather it up, get all of our wagons and horses, and head out. Or not horses,
Yay.
but steeds.
One of the big things you notice, especially as you are coming back from the stables with the carriages and your steeds, you notice over where the statue had been, the statue of Shinryu, they are currently setting up a new pedestal, and you can tell that they're going to put this Hope statue that you made on that pedestal. If there's nothing else all of you plan to do, you get on the road at about 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, let's head out.
Oh,
Almost like that no matter what we do, how fast we try, and etc. It's like there is always something just behind the river bend. Or in this case, the road. Don't you think?
Yes.
We're just traveling. You're bound to come across some things,
And
and I'm not sure. What do you mean?
no, I just I have this nagging feeling that we are marching and everything is just plan. It's like kind of fate.
I don't know. It feels like we've thwarted a lot of fate from what it could have been along the road.
you feel like this was just all predestined and bound to happen, do you?
Predestined, maybe not. Bound to happen, maybe yes. And I will be more precise on the matter. I think that our action are being kind of guided gently. Nudge in that direction, no force. It's our choice at the end of the day, but
That's a deep thought.
think about it. You think about what your life has been, etc. And all the trauma and everything that is pushing you to take this trip because it was the right choice. It was the obvious choice. And I'm talking to everyone present here.
I don't feel like I fit into the same mold, honestly. I chose to be guided. Risha guides me every day.
Yeah, you're also a blinded priest, but that's another story.
Hmm.
And I say it with almost the most respect.
Of course.
Just watch yourself, Geraldine. You don't want someone here or any of the others second guessing.
Tempest's
Yeah,
eyes, of course, are glowing purple in this moment.
Where back are you?
Back would imply I left.
I mean, back in command. What do we owe to visit now?
I just wanted to say that's such an entertaining story to see it unfold. But that's very daring to think about if there was a nudge in their actions. You don't want Tempest to start thinking that she had no control in her choices. Or it was more than just the Kinehurst pushing.
Between me and you and everyone else here, didn't the goddess of death herself kind of push it, lovely Tempest, in some way?
That one, I cannot say. That one kind of fell out of my scope and just happened. A funny outcome, really.
Anyway, I don't want to worry or scare Tempest in any way. That wasn't just me babbling about. At the end of the day, I already know that, personally speaking, I'm guided. Because someone is forcing me every day.
You have been such an interesting one ever since you joined this group. I wonder how deep you're willing to dig.
Just my humble self. Something that, and I'm saying this without respect for you, I'm glad I am alone in this body of mine. You guys have too many hosts.
Now that just seems like an exaggeration. I mean, sure, some of us might have a bit more than we should, Tempest, but it's manageable.
Spies, even Wrath here has their own, and I have Tulvatra knocking on my door from time to time, at least. I just don't share it with a multitude.
We all have our own things to work on.
True. Anything else you want to share with the team before we move on?
I'm always willing to share. It's how you go about it. Hi, Wrath. Anyway,
Kind of
I
side
think
eyes you.
I will go for a bit. Oh, don't give me that look. I'm gonna take a nap. Wake me up in like 30 minutes.
Oh, every Kupo, I'm gonna interject here a little, I think. Speaking on the topic of fate being nudged, Kupo, I think we all got an idea of kind of how I was following everyone along and not really taking the initiative with my own issues. It's kind of what led to what happened back there with the big monster Kupo. And I want to talk to everybody. I've been waiting, so I wanted to make sure everyone's together and we weren't knee deep in issues. I want to take more initiative on things. I mentioned I've been apparently bouncing around time here, which means I know certain things about the future, Kupo. And some things, like the names of the people I was traveling with, well, some of them just elude me, Kupo, as if they're not set in stone. But there are some facts that maybe you all can change, Kupo. After all, I'd never heard anything about that monster in that valley. Maybe you hadn't defeated it, and now you did, and that changed things, Kupo. Well, one thing I do know, because of my time with Rara Kinehurst in the future, the Kinehurst family falls. They basically don't exist, Kupo. And neither does this city of Eldwin you've been talking about. And this Highroad, too, Kupo, it's still not in use. If anything, it's gotten worse. I've been on this road at multiple points with multiple groups, Kupo. Makes me worry that you all are fated for something pretty terrible. That's why I bring it up, though, Kupo. Instead of just sitting around and watching, maybe if I tell all of you, something could be done about it.
You said the high road gets worse. What about it gets worse? More danger?
More danger, fewer people. In the future, this area is not known as the Malpheus Mountains, Kupo. It's known as the Dragon Mountains. A lot of evil dragons eventually take up residence at some point. It's after the time of Rara, but before the time where I traveled with Andrew. Besides the dragons, people talk about just being on the road, causing them not mass hallucinations, people causing them hallucinations, fear, people mutating just by being here, Kupo.
It's a lot to take in, considering how much we've done to try and improve this road.
Yeah, that's kind of the founding of my worry, Kupo. And like I said, why I'm trying to do something about it instead of just sitting on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I know what I can do to change things, Kupo, but maybe being prepared for the fact that you might be fated to die and fail might help change things, Kupo.
How can I nap in a situation like this? You are just filling them with so much worry and dread.
Maybe it's all the time I've spent on this road, Kupo.
Since you know so much, why don't you chime in? What are we doing wrong?
You see, it's already begun. You've messed up with that question. There's nothing you're doing wrong.
Then what could we do better?
That's an interesting question that not even I have thought of. I will say, she is right. Kinehurst will fall, but whoever dictates or takes control of the outcome will determine its future going forward.
We've already determined that Tempest isn't taking that mantle.
No. She has found more important joys in life and a new duty. But I guess it's the in-between. When the Kinehurst falls, someone needs to look over the world until its rightful heir takes back the throne.
Sounds like that rightful heir took too long, or whoever was left to look over it didn't do so.
You can't blame them. It's not like they had the best life, but they're trying their
Are you
best.
talking about Salem, Kupo?
That's the results of when you don't try your best and don't protect those who are most important. I was talking more about the girl that comes before. Oh, this is fun. I don't think I've ever had this much of a long conversation with you guys. Or the cat.
So what are
Yes,
we
that's
meant to
true,
do
Kupo.
to change this?
Say that again.
So what are we
Monk.
meant to do to change? Oh, Monk.
I was just saying, I guess that's true that you haven't had this long of a conversation with me, Kupo. I mean, I haven't done much conversing with any of you, actually, any time that we've met up, Kupo.
So this is practically normal for her. That's great. Anyway, you were saying, Wrath?
That you know so much. How do we ensure that this world doesn't fall to these evils?
The outcome of the Highroad is unfortunate, but if you really want to defend the world against these evils, I think those actions come into play when the Kinehurst reawaken. Until then, all you can do is watch and hope. Maybe a certain entity would actually be more useful to talk to.
And who would that be?
You've met her before. The Maluviette.
Maluviette?
She's...
What do you mean, entity?
Hmm?
I know of Maluviette, Kupo. I would think she was some entity. I thought she was human, Kupo.
It's a long family lineage. It's been around for a long time. I'm sure you've met a descendant some point in the future.
You talk as if she's important, though, Kupo. And the only Maluviette I know with any amount of importance is very important.
Does she happen to have a small little dagger with her?
Did you notice Magdalen's eyes narrow?
Ooh, struck a nerve. Oh, you're all seeing this, right? Twilight, wake up. Come on. Slap, slap.
I think we should probably talk about what my next point was then, Kupo. Do you think it would be possible for us to get into contact with Cosmos again? She's already working on trying to find a way for Finnegan to go home. Maybe I can help her with that, Kupo, because I need to find a way home too. But I think I need to find a way back to Andrew's time. He might be walking with an enemy.
Andrew's time.
I mean, it's possible. Finn would be the one to talk to. Cosmos seems to answer when he calls on her.
You hear that? You have options, but you should take your time.
She is staring daggers at you at this point. She seems to have zero trust in you.
Oh, sorry, Tempest. Looks like you have someone who's not a fan.
I have a problem with you, not Tempest, Kupo.
With me? That seems a bit of a stretch. Why not let my actions actually have more influence?
Because you'd actually have to act for us to do that, instead of just talking.
I like to observe. I don't want to have my hand too much in the things happening currently, especially because the biggest part of this journey's already been dealt with. Thank you for that, by the way. I'm sure it's safe in your hands, isn't it, Wrath?
Not going anywhere.
At least not until its rightful owner chooses to obtain it.
Until the gods decide she can. And he gives you a wry smile.
Oh, that would be a very, very vicious fight, indeed. Well, I'm so glad to be getting along with everyone so much more. I'll enjoy watching the rest of this journey. You're a special kind of entertainment.
Yay! I'm special entertainment!
Quite.
Well, there's a certain line you heard way back at the beginning of your journey that kind of echoes in your mind when you hear, a special kind of entertainment. And you remember when you were grilling the hermit right after the whole incident with the ritual, and he said that he thinks Jessica just wants you to have fun.
Okay. I'm not sure what to do with that, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, I think I'll actually go this time. It was a pleasure talking to you all. Geraldine, I feel like you and I will have a very extensive conversation in the future.
I bet you do.
And Wrath, do try to keep Tempest from dawn. Once in your life is enough. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
I'm sleepy.
Should get some rest.
I think I zoned out. Wow, I zoned out hard.
Your other half was here.
What was that?
Your other half was here.
Oh. Is that why a certain cat is staring at me with their fur fluffed up?
Yeah, probably.
As usual, was
Kind of
welcoming and nice as a strychnine. That's okay. I mean, we're used to it.
Be there yet?
Got a long way to go, sister.
Well,
Oh,
I think I'm
I
gonna
must have.
switch over to the carriage with Hyacinth again.
Is she all right?
She'll be fine.
So,
She's ready to get back to her time.
fair. Man, I must have passed out for a bit. Why you all look so restless?
The other one seemed to think there was nothing we could do about an impending evil, an impending doom for this road.
Yeah.
Doom. Well, that's drastic.
I don't believe it.
I mean,
Of course not. We will fight doom, take names, and kick ass.
guys, with all respect, I studied history for quite some time. Empire rise and falls. People build and destroy. History is a cycle. It's not a straight timeline. Things get repeated over and over again in different way, but the same concept. So yes, someone would say that this road will be destroyed one day. Yeah, it's already happened. So why shouldn't it happen again? The thing is, we should also work to avoid it in this moment in time. And that's the important part. What's gonna happen in, I don't know, 150 years? If we are still all alive to prevent it, good for us. If it's not, we will not care.
Like Seraph, pretty sure we're gonna be alive.
There's a crack of a grin as he nods to Geraldine in agreement. Well, it'll just be one more problem to add to our to-do list then.
I hate chores. Ugh.
Chores. A lot to do, as usual. So,
It's part of the assassinations I just have to do. Anyway.
nothing has actually changed so far, right? At the end of the day, we have an entire road to clean up, and more people to meet, and to kill.
But
Places
everything
to be,
changes.
people to meet, governments to overthrow. Yeah! I hope you're keeping up with this, Tristan. Wait, Tristan.
Yeah, kind of, I guess.
He shouts over from the other carriage.
I got a few ideas to think on. Do you mind driving for a minute, Tempest? I need to meditate.
Yeah, sure. I'm a pro at this.
He'll grab and squeeze your hand before he steps back into the cart and finds a spot to sit down.
So this whole conversation's happening about an hour into your travel so far. What is Wrath meditating on? What is his goal with the meditation?
He's considering everything that was just said, feeling a weight on his own shoulders that he feels like he almost takes from others because he knows he's going to do everything in his power to be alive during that time, and he has the capabilities to do so. So he's kind of resolving himself to come back and make sure that this dark future doesn't happen. But at the same time, he's communing with his one of his necklaces, the Bloodwell vial, and he's just getting in tune with it more. I don't mechanically want this to do anything. This is just him starting to consider how he might improve it, or how it might help with improvements for their mission.
Okay. If there's no specific goal in the moment, we don't have much to cover then, so we're good there. Is anyone else planning on doing something specific or want to have another discussion during the rest of this trip?
I mean, the discussion happens, I think, all the time. We are chatting, etc. If you mean something specifically about the game, and the story, we're going to do, I think we should discuss what's going to happen next. If we already have, sorry guys. If we already have like somewhere to go or something to do already, or we just go with the flow.
So
I'd say we
thought
just
we were
keep
already
traveling
on
the
the road.
road.
So we're
Yeah.
going down and see what's happened. Everyone agree on that.
I think so.
Mhm.
I do need a few days at some point, though. I am drained.
We can find a place, like a clearing, far enough away from everything, and just take some time to reset ourselves.
Well, maybe we just travel until we spot something in the distance, and then we take however much time we need after that to make sure we're ready for the threat ahead.
Well, I mean, that's what we got the horses for and the carriages. That way we can actually take our long rest while still continuing our journey.
Exactly. So all I'm saying is before we jump into whatever the hell is down the road, or it jumps on us, if we can see it, we just, take a moment to analyze beforehand. And make sure to have a scout looking between Twilight and Tempest pretty far ahead of our caravan, if you will, to make sure we don't accidentally run into something. Perfect.
Don't worry. Quay's already on it. Look. It's Quay right out in the distance ahead of us.
Kind of watches
Quay's
Quay for a
absolutely out there already.
Wrath kind of watches Quay for a second longer than is probably comfortable before turning away. Well, just make sure Quay relays anything he sees back to you.
Of course.
Twilight, if you want to scout, please be my guest.
I will scout.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think we
it's
continue down the road until we find whatever their next thing is.
Oh, so you get in your 8 hours of travel. It's about 4:30 p.m. You are, of course, free to try to push the horses if you want to, or the steeds if you want to make further distance for the day.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing you've kind of started to notice, though. The trees along the road are changing slightly. There's almost like 4 distinct types of trees now. There's still like the natural black wood oak that you've been seeing for a while. Then you see every once in a while there's just like a tree that seems to be twisted and almost bone-like in structure. Another one that seems to be thicker than that and almost like radiating a soft dark aura. And then there's also every once in a while you see a tree that's just pure white instead.
Yeah, Twilight's gonna notice this, and she's gonna, treat the plant. I think.
Yeah.
Is it tree a plant?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah, she's gonna
and
she's
you're
gonna
only
cast.
noticing like one of each every hour or so. So it does take until close to this 4:30 mark before you're even certain that you've been seeing these trees.
Yeah, Twilight's gonna, speak with plants.
Okay. You're doing this at the 4:30 mark, asking everyone to just stop for the day then?
Well, since she's kind of scouting ahead, she's just gonna drop down real quick and just ask.
Okay. So you stop and you go up and you cast your speak with plants. But the trees don't seem to understand quite what you're talking about. All of them are like, no, we're just one type of tree. It's just the forest.
Does the forest have evil in it?
The trees you're speaking to ask you to define evil.
Madness.
Yeah, they tell you that madness is everywhere. It's just the chaos that is life. You can't control everything, and anything you can't control is madness.
She shakes her head, going, "Okay, all right, let's try to approach it differently. Do you need help?
No.
So you're not experiencing any pain or anything? Okay, that's all I wanted to know." And she goes back to scouting.
Okay, so at your 8-hour mark, do you all choose to stop and rest for the night?
I don't think there's any good reason to push the horses, huh? We're not on another time limit.
No. Let's just try to take it easy here. That way we're more prepared for the unexpected bullshit we're gonna encounter really soon.
Oh, I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah. I'm gonna go look for food in the area.
Okay, I'll get the fire and all ready.
Okay, so you're able to all get that done and still have a solid 4 hours if you wanted to do one downtime activity. Whether that's like commune to try to get clues or hints of what's coming, or like the prepare equipment action that'll let you just kind of be like, oh, I spent this money and bought this, like if it becomes relevant in a moment or anything like that.
I would like to actually work on my investigation, starting with my
You're free
new
to do
clothes that I got. I'm starting with the new clothes that I got. With patches. You never know what he could have put in there. My pockets and shit.
Right here, fresh in here.
Okay, you spend your 4 hours doing that. Does anyone else want to do something specific?
If nobody stops Tempest, she's gonna go to the side and meditate a bit. With her tea in mind, recapping the short journey and finally letting the urn go.
Okay. Oh, I did not say that one, but I already added the plot point for following through on all of that.
Hell yeah. Got plots for days.
So, Raph,
Come back to me. I'm not sure
come
yet.
back to you. All right. By the way, Twilight, you got your investigation proficiency. I already added it to your character sheet.
I did.
Yep, that was the last downtime you needed for it. Geraldine, how
Sweet.
about you? Oh, did we lose David?
No, sorry. No, I'm sorry. I just lost contact with, and well, I'm here. Sorry about that.
No worries.
What was the question? Sorry about. Can you repeat it, please?
You have a 4-hour period that you can do a downtime activity if you would like.
Yes, and not all those during those all 4 hours. At a certain point, I will contact my patron because I think it's time that we have a nice chat. It's been quite some weeks that, not weeks, maybe about some days that she didn't contact me or ask me anything. So I'm starting to wonder. So this is just at least one of the things I will do.
Okay. We'll go ahead and do that. Are you trying to contact what kind of in the area with the instant fortress, or are you kind of heading out on your own to do so?
No, I'm inside the fortress. I'm inside, and I will just simply, call upon her. Yeah, she is being, she's technically always with me, so at this point it doesn't change much.
Is there something specific that you need?
I was wondering the same. You have been so very quiet. You let me know. You have told me that you wanted to talk with the others, and then you disappear on me. I understand on them, but me, that was weird.
I was watching, waiting. Conversation I want to have with all of you. My patience wears thin for it, but I'm not going to reveal myself to those that are living, so I have to wait patiently.
So the usual problem. No living beings. Okay, understand.
Yes, and unfortunately that cat and the turtle, they just won't leave your side.
The cat and turtle. What's the problem with them? You can tell me.
I don't like the way they smell. There's a lot I don't like about the living. The two of them reek of radiant energy that I dislike.
Yes, they do. It's unfortunate, but at the same time, everyone hate to have a little bit of inconvenience from time to time. Because if you don't do, maybe that perfect moment you're waiting for will never came. Think about that. Those two
True.
are working with us now. They are willing to stay. So maybe by the time you find that, oh, that's it. That's when I can talk with them, and the moment is gone. That you didn't get what you wanted.
That's true. Or we could orchestrate a way for them to take a little walk together. Just a short distance. Give me a few minutes alone with all of you later tonight.
I will see what I can do.
Well, if you succeed, maybe I'll owe you a little.
You know what? You always say things like this, and most of the time, yes, it's true. I'm starting to feel like you're always good with empty promises. Think of them. Oh, don't get me
Oh.
wrong, I will do my job. You also know that I am quite honest with you.
Of course, knowledge is power, but knowledge is also truth. Speaking lies doesn't do for a scholar. Some truths are painful, and many are hollow. My promises may not always be wise or truth in the strictest sense, but they're still kept at the end.
Hanging the carrot in front of me and let me walk like an ass. It's not what we agree upon. At the moment, it is what it is. Anyway, if everything is okay, we will talk tonight.
Yes, I hope so. I would like you to know that this meeting in particular is in reference to what I owe your friends for how they assisted you with Iris. I'm getting tired of waiting for them to ask their questions.
Maybe they will never. Not everyone is eager to answer like I do. Some people just live their lives in a blissful ignorance. Yes, I know, it's inconceivable.
Oh, whether they like it or not, when we speak, I will be answering their questions, whether they ask them or not. I know there's information that all of them desire, information that's relevant about what's almost upon all of you. And I'd rather not see you die just because they refuse to look for the information that's right in front of them. I say die as if you're alive.
I didn't take it that as a personal information for me.
Yes, you heard some truths as well. Make our little meeting happen tonight, and I'll ask as many. I'll ask. Sometimes the common tongue is so hard to remember. But if you succeed and you make this meeting happen, I'll let you ask as many questions as you'd like tonight. And I'll answer them.
Yeah, there is a difference between answering and being truthful, and we know very well that. Okay, anyway, this is becoming just repeating upon repeating. Tonight, meeting. I will try to arrange it.
Good. I'm counting on you, partner.
You kind of feel our presence fade back to that distance that it's normally at.
I will get the wrath and looming over him. Are you available, my friend?
Yeah. What's up?
I just had a lovely conversation with you know who. The only one that just like to walk inside my head.
Oh, that sounds lovely. How did it go?
She is ready for that chat. She is eager for that chat, waiting for you to collect and ask. In order to do so, we need to make sure that there are a couple of us are not present, especially Magdalene and our lovely young turtle.
They don't want them present for that.
She doesn't like to have them around because of the kind of a vibe, energy they deal with.
Okay. I'll go grab Tempest if you want to grab the others.
It's for tonight.
Gotcha.
Okay. So now we have time to spare. But I just
Sorry.
wanted to let you know.
I really appreciate the heads up, especially since I'm having a really hard time here. We've been through a lot recently. What are we asking them?
Sorry, what was the last part?
What are we? What
What
are
are
we
we
doing?
asking?
Yeah.
Oh, so since you help, since you help her about a few things, she's offering information.
Oh, okay.
Information about where we're heading, about what we can achieve, and things like this. And we have a free range of questioning. I mean, to an extent, of course.
Of course. That is awesome. I think we need to figure out what we need to ask about. I'm gonna go grab everybody. It sounds like something we should have a discussion for beforehand and prepare.
Just wait.
I'll dash off to go find everybody.
Okay. It doesn't take too much to gather everyone up. This is after everything's been collected. The meal is ready to be cooked. Twilight's practicing investigations happening right around the area. So it's about 6:30, and it only takes you a few minutes to collect everyone up, including Tristan and Magdalene, if you choose to collect them. Since
I will bring them.
stated that. Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring them in at first and be like, "All right, we have a rare opportunity tonight for a few of us that are attuned with certain harmonies to maybe get some information about where we're heading. However, for this ritual to be completed, I'm going to need the two of you to head into the fortress whenever this happens. Until then, you're free to, hang out. I encourage it, please. Just a note, though. And then he'll explain what they have an opportunity to do. So, there's anything we could ask. I'm not sure they can answer anything, but what are we thinking? What should we know walking down this road?
Oh, it sounds like we're about to jump into something big. What do we need to know?
You would recall, Tempest, that this original deal, she had specifically mentioned information about the Kraken. That was one of the specific things that she had mentioned about asking, saying that she had information for.
I don't think we need to know anything. I think
Uh,
we need to hear something.
Hearing, listening, getting told stuff, all the same thing. Wrath. She did offer in the past about the Kraken's being information on what happened.
Wrath will look over at Geraldine. It's one way to learn about something.
It is, and she is offering because she felt compelled to repay a debt. The thing is, she does it not from the kindness of her heart, of course. She doesn't have one.
You think she's going to get something from passing this information on to us?
Of course she does. Why shouldn't? Think about it like this, Wrath. Where she tell us, put us in the direction of something that maybe, actually, I will say probably, is an obstacle on her road to become more.
Do you think we'd be amiss to leave that threat there just to stall her?
I will say this. More information is good for everyone, especially when we are just following the flow instead of, hitting where we should. The problem is that, yes, try to, of course, obtain something out of this. But that will be the same for everyone else, alright? The Kinders sent us here to do exactly the same. And we have been kind of unwillingly doing the job for them ever since. Or
Sure, they intended us to undo their handiwork as much as confirm it's still there.
yes, of course.
But I see your point.
Yeah, it's the same with the gods, right? Oh, thanks for helping here, thanks for doing that, etc., etc., etc. But it's their own agenda, no ours. So,
Some might argue it's the agenda put above everyone. But again, I see your point. We listen to what she has to say.
yes, we also need to make the right questions, for sure, for sure.
What's the right question when asking about that? What happened? Why was it there? What is it? How do we beat it? Where do we find it?
Oh my god, I'm not ready for this. This sounds big.
Wrath, what you're saying, just now your suggestions about what to ask. How to beat it. I think questions more like what weaknesses does it have would be more accurate, but there are things that we know we're going to deal with on this road, right? I've gathered enough, at least from all of you when talking passing, that everyone's past have kind of been coming back to bite them in the ass. Yeah, we might have to fight the Kraken, then maybe asking what weaknesses it has might help. Maybe asking what allies that they have. There's that Wilfred Goldritter fellow, right? Do you think that when we finally find him, he's going to be alone? We could also always ask what weaknesses the Lord Kindhurst has. We know we're going to be in quite a fight there. Maybe ask what his plan is. If she knows, and that is information we can get, that might help too.
Damn,
Smart beyond years.
that was.
I've read a lot of fairy tales, and that's kind of the information that tends to help the heroes win. I wouldn't necessarily say smart, maybe well read.
But like, what section did you read? All mine taught me how to just be a charismatic hero. Yours taught you how to think.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what a charismatic hero does, right? They ask the right questions at the right time.
Damn, I just thought trying to stay positive and keep a smile on my face was all that was needed. Are you laughing? You're laughing at
I'm
me.
trying not to.
Stare.
So I guess the first question that we all need to ask ourselves, Kupo, is what enemies do we know we have ahead of us?
We've been assaulted by a number of penguins, apparently allied with the Kraken. Wilfred was
what?
partial to the undead.
Hey,
What
once
were
you
you
hit
saying,
one, it's always great times.
I
Go
can
back to
still
sleep,
hear him
Captain.
in my head.
We really need to drop him off next chance we can. I don't know why we're still
Seriously,
carrying him around with us.
yeah.
Can't believe we left Pallet and just carried him with us. What the hell were we thinking?
We should have made him the mayor.
Could travel back any point, can't we?
You know what? I can
Yeah,
totally
but
do
then we
that.
have to take a few days before he can get back here. Well, maybe not, but
No, not necessarily. Because I have a train of remembrance. I can actually go back to the train of remembrance or something like that.
travel through plants.
Yeah, or something.
6 level spell. I mean,
I
yeah,
think
what
it's going to give you quite the range you need.
travel through plants.
It's
Or
gosh.
teleport through plants. It's one of them. There's two of them that sound exactly the same.
Yeah, okay, hang on. Let me.
Transport via plant 6th level, range 10 feet,
No.
a larger inanimate plant and another plant at any distance on the same plane of existence. Yes, you could literally connect a tree near you to one in Pallet.
Yep.
And any creature can step through that portal, in fact, by using 5 feet of movement. It lasts for 1 round, long enough for you to
Makes
open
sense.
it, everyone walk through.
Oh, so yeah, if you want to go bring Captain back and go take a break in Pallet, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. Can you do that today so that we can go ahead and just knock it out?
Yeah, I can do that right now.
Okay, you're coming right back because we need you tonight.
Yeah. Let's see.
You might cut off her other hand this time.
Hallucination terrain.
Transport
That
via
one's not going to
plants.
help. She does not have that one on her spell list right now. So
I
tomorrow
don't? I
morning,
thought I
she can
did.
put it on her spell list.
Perfect. We have a
No,
plan.
you don't.
Which
Yeah,
one?
tomorrow morning you can do it, though.
6 level transport via plants.
Yeah. You don't have that one on your list, but I think it's one that you were thinking about.
Oh, so the hallucination train won't work.
No, that just makes an illusion. Makes the area look different than it actually is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but in the morning you'll be able to switch out a spell for that one and then travel. Or if you want to just burn a plot point and do it now.
I don't have any plot points.
That's right, you used your last one. I forgot about that. Yeah, but you'll be able to do it in the morning then.
Okay.
So tomorrow you bring Captain home.
And that brings everyone back to the question that Magdalene asked. What enemies do you know are ahead? You'd mentioned the penguins, which is what caused this side tangent.
There's the penguins,
Lord
the Kraken,
Kindhurst.
Kindhurst, demons, angels, undead, Wilfred. What else are we thinking? Finn, what do you have chasing you?
So Finnegan has been asleep for basically this whole trip so far. He did not
That is
wake
the
up. He was
laziest
carried.
shit. The Hermit was never that lazy. I don't think the Hermit ever slept.
The hermit was unconscious in a coma at one point.
Alright, well,
So what you're saying is we gotta put him in a coma.
pretty sure he's in one. But either
He's
way,
been asleep for about 24 hours
Then-
now.
Geraldine, is there anything besides the Kraken in your past that we might need to be aware of?
Unfortunately, I don't know. Let me explain. No, I don't have secret enemy or secret lovers looking for me because I either kill them and hit them or just I don't care about them. However, there is a hole in my memory and she took it.
Your patron.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she'd give it back in exchange for this favor?
I think she is buying her time. She promised to answer all my questions tonight, and I know she is lying, or at least, let me explain. She is telling the truth, but she will give me answers that are partial, incomplete, we'll say.
Makes sense.
I honestly cannot tell you if there is anything or anyone actually looking for me.
I guess we'll have to see what answers she gives on that front.
Mm-hmm.
We have a list otherwise. Penguins, Kraken, Angels, Demons, Undead, Wilfred, and Kindhurst.
Sounds a good list. Everyone got their chance to ask about themselves and their life. Also, she said something that, of course, it was an insult at the end of the day, but make me thought. She doesn't want to see us walking to certain death. I wonder what's there.
That's eerie.
The thing is, as I told you, she doesn't do this from the kindness of her heart, so having us alive is a bonus for her. She gains something from us. And I see you want to squander your investment.
Of course, a tool you can use repeatedly is better than a tool that is cast off every time you use it.
Yeah, there is an old ancient, way to say it. You don't stop betting on the winning horse.
Exactly.
But she definitely knows something that we don't. So, careful, listen, and if you think something is not adding up, it probably isn't. Even if it's just a gut feeling.
Fair enough.
Right? Let's do this. None of us are scared.
I think we're waiting on her. She's like coming after.
So you have another couple of hours that essentially you can continue to think on things and prepare. Twilight finishing up her investigation training, and at about 8:30, Solvatra kind of gives you the signal. Geraldine, being that she's aware that you have orchestrated the other two leaving for the sake of this conversation, by being very direct, completing the goal is completing the goal. So you're able to let Tristan and Magdalene know they kind of need to Romulus not be near you, within range of this conversation. Magdalene ends up actually suggesting that instead of them staying in the fortress and you all kind of going away, that she'll take a walk with Tristan and they'll try to preemptively collect food for the following day. That way they can still be productive with the time.
Can I send calm with them?
Absolutely. And as you're now able to start this meeting, as everyone moves away, you all feel this chill kind of overtake the area. It's deep. You can feel it in the marrow of your bones. You swear that there's a breeze blowing through, not the wind or the divine energy you're used to from Fulvatra, Alicia, not what you're used to from Alicia. And you don't see her at first, but all of you can feel the presence looming over you from behind. When you all turn to actually look at her, this is the form that you see standing in front of you. And this is also where we will end tonight, as she appears in front of you. A smile on her face.
I just bow my head and gesture to everyone.
All right. So this is where we're going to wrap up tonight. We will start next session with your conversation with Dulvatra. Everybody that's here with us right now, thank you for joining us. As always, thank you for joining us. I love you. May your heart be your guiding key. Bye-bye, Kupo.